Hello there. My name is David Allen. I'm a Master of Wine, and I'm in Bordeaux at the moment, actually at Chateau Batailley in Pauillac, tasting some en-primeur wines from the 2025 vintage. And this is Chateau Peyrabon. I thought I'd look at Peyrbon because although I'm here at Chateau Batailley tasting a couple of class growth wines, Batailley and its sister Chateau Lynch-Moussas, company that owns Chateau Batailley, Boire Manoux, and the family behind that, the Casteja family, have a number of other estates. And I think one of the things worth realising about the 2025 vintage is that it's a vintage with some lovely ripeness, but also some good freshness, and that some really good, exciting, vibrant wines are being made right across the quality spectrum. So Peyrbon is an Haut Medoc property owned by the same company, and it's a wine very much in the sort of style that you'd expect to see from Pauillac, quite a high percentage of Cabernet Sauvignon. There's 64% of Cabernet Sauvignon in the blend for this wine, along with 32% of Merlot, and the remaining 4% being made up of Petit Verdot. So let's take a look at it, shall we? The vibrancy of the colour is lovely. This is a young wine. It is a deep ruby with a distinct purple note to it. There's a vivid purple to the rim. As I'm swirling the wine, it has 13% alcohol, and yet it's still very readily forming some tears there. It's a wine with plenty of tannin in it. I guess some of those tannins will polymerize as the wine continues to age in barrel, but at this stage, it's got plenty of viscosity, as well as those lovely vibrant colours. So let's see what make it aromas, shall we? The aromas are perhaps a touch earthy, but actually sitting behind them there's almost a plum jam note and some hints of sweet spices, sort of slightly peppery, touch of cinnamon, just sweet spice notes coming from the oak. I was talking about slightly plummy fruit. There's a slightly bluish purple nature to it, almost like damsons. So let's have a taste, shall we? And tasting the wine, this is relatively light to medium bodied, certainly by comparison to the class growth wines I'm tasting here. This doesn't have the density. It still has a beautiful, fine tannic structure. There is a graininess, but behind that there's an almost chalky smoothness to the tannins here. But really what I enjoy about this wine is its freshness. Delivering open, fresh, blackcurrant or cassis fruit. There's a little bit of a bite to the fruit, and I guess that's a combination of the tannins interacting with the acidity. It's making my mouth water, and that's helping to buoy up that lovely, bright cassis fruit right the way through to the finish. The wine has a good length, and it stays fresh and elegant right to the end. I'm not sure that this is a wine that you need to buy en-primeur to secure it. I think if you were thinking of buying a number of wines and you wanted a case of something to drink in the meantime, this would be a beautiful wine to buy. But I do think it's a good example of a number of well-priced wines that will be really lovely drinking that we're going to see from the 2025 vintage. So thank you for joining me. I would say, if you're thinking of buying en-primeur, winesearcher is probably the most important tool that you can use. It will show you historic pricing, it will show you where the wines are available and at what price. If you really do want to get the most out of winesearcher, it's probably worth signing up and becoming a pro member. So you can find out more about this wine. I'll leave a link in the notes below to the winesearcher webpage for this vintage of this wine, so you can see when it becomes available and at what price. Now I'm doing a number of these videos, so do join me for some of the rest. Do please press the like button, and I do hope we'll see you again. Till then, bye for now.